Hi, welcome everybody. It's Mike Newton here at Lytham Golf. I've got really excited to review for you here, and I'm really keen to get these tried myself. Never actually hit these ones as yet. It's the new Wilson Staff FG Tour V6 forged irons. Okay, now as I unwrap these, first thing that just shot out to me was it took me back to my younger days when the FG Tour, the old traditional blades were sat on the shelf in the pro shop where I used to play. I used to always look at them and think, wow, they just look fantastic. There's no chance of me hitting those because they were like butter knives, but they just look beautiful. I thought I always wanted a set of those. This gave me a little bit of that, took me back in time in a way. Definitely seeing that traditional shape here. This, from every angle I look at these, they just look beautifully crafted. Very simple, but look very quality. They look expensive. Beautiful finished chrome on it. It's got that little sort of noggins in around the sort of hosel there, whatever you want to call them, little indentations there, what you did see in the old traditional FG irons years back, and it's nice that they're keeping that traditional sort of look there, and that sort of what takes me back a little bit in a way. But these just look fantastic. I mean, I can't wait to get these here. I've not hit one yet. Bit of tech in these. Obviously, there's a cavity there, which is going to obviously help a little bit on off-centre hits here. We've got a bit of tungsten weighting in the sole here now, so obviously replacing the metal with some tungsten here. So in the 3, 4, 5 iron, this tungsten is actually split to the toe and the heel section, so pulling weight away into the primitives. Obviously we've got to make the club play a little bit more forgiving, which is generally what you want in the sort of longer irons. And the tungsten is actually heavier in the toe section than the heel section. So that's generally going to slow toe down a little bit and make this club a little bit more fade bias, or ultimately stop that toe from flipping over. Generally, the better player will not want to see that ball move left. And obviously these are going to be aimed at the better player who's quite collected some ball strike, who wants that ultimate sort of control. As you move into the 6 iron upwards, that tungsten goes right into the centre of the golf club. Because generally speaking, in the shorter irons, you're not going to miss middle as much as you would do in the longer irons. So it gets a little bit more collective in the middle. Obviously, you've got the cavity there. Again, a little bit of off-centre hits here, but I think when you put that down by the golf ball, it's a squat head. It's just a beautiful looking golf club. I think I'd put that down. It does look like a blade here. Now, I've not had a chance to get the FG 100 irons in my hands, which is their blade one. I'm guessing that's a little bit thinner top edge, maybe a little bit more compact there. But this just looks to me like a bladed iron. It just looks absolutely stunning. I can't wait to hit these. So this is a 7 iron I've got here. So this is 35 degrees of loft, which is a lot of loft nowadays. Okay, very, very traditional loft in here. So these aren't designed, I'm guessing, for pure distance. These are definitely for the player who wants to collect his strike, wants some ultimate control spin number wise on the golf ball. So I'm guessing this spin number is going to be, pretty high here. This ball isn't going to go as far as what I would probably hit other irons maybe in this sort of category. Most of the irons are sort of lofts of 34, 33 degree in this sort of category here, so it is a weak lofted golf club here. But I can't wait to hit this. So what I'm going to do, I've got GC2 HMT obviously set up here. I'm going to hit some balls. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of feedback on looks and feel. We'll look at some data numbers and see what performance is like. So as I sit that down straight away behind the golf ball, it's just as clean as they're going to come. I mean, we're seeing very little offset there, which is very appealing to me. Just a lovely shape of the top edge as it goes off. It's sort of medium finished top edge, nothing too much of a slither there at all. The shaping around the toe is very rounded. We're seeing a little bit of that leading edge just maybe sit what looks to me slightly for quite a curvature sort of on that leading edge there, but really good looking golf club here. Now this is ½ inch longer in my spec here, 2 degrees upright. So we're going to give this first one a hit. Feels great. Just feels as good as a forged iron should feel here. Now I'll set myself up here 170 yards from the green here, so that's just carried 166 there. So, I'm guessing this is going to be my area here. Now, generally speaking, 7 iron, I will probably put around the sort of 175 carry distance. But as I say, this is 35 degrees of loft, so I'm expecting this not to go as far. So 166, struck that pretty well there. Looked like it had some really good stopping power. Wow. I've hit that really well. Just turned it over a little bit left there. Struck that great. That's obviously gone a tiny bit further. Yeah, 176 there. Struck it really good. Did just turn that over a little bit too much right to left there. So that's probably where that little bit of extra yardage is just squeezed out there. Yeah, it's a good strike again. They feel beautiful. I mean, they feel as good as any forged iron there. The flight, definitely seeing a sort of higher ball flight there. You know, maybe I'd be interested to look at some launch and spin numbers there. And maybe also the peak height. It does look quite a nice high ball flight, which is fine. You know, because I can quite easily knock that ball flight down, just change ball position, handle head relationship, and control the loft that I sort of deliver there. But as a sort of normal full swing shot, that just feels really soft. Yeah, I love it. Everything ticking a lot of boxes here. The look is very clean, crisp, which is very appealing to me. Feel is really nice and soft. And just, you know, we're obviously going to look at some numbers here, but distance-wise, you know, the distance doesn't really interest me massively. You know, I'm not a short hitter, so it's not like I'm striving for yards here. But I want that little bit of control. I want that little bit of feedback and feel. That little bit of sort of bit of sexiness, really, is the word. You know, that's what I'm sort of seeing with this. You know, it definitely looks a sexy golf club. That really is pretty. Yeah, it's a beautiful ball flight. Great feel. Love the ball flight. It's not giving a bad distance there. A bit more than I actually thought it probably would do. That's 172 there. I'll tell you what, I love these. Really nice set of irons. Okay, so let's have a look at some numbers in a little bit more detail and see exactly what's sort of happening with it. Right, so let's have a look at some numbers. So 94.6, probably the area I hit my 7-iron in terms of swing speed. Ball speed 123.5 there. So you can see maybe that first one wasn't quite as good as strike as the other ones there. It felt pretty good, to be honest. I'd probably expect ball speed to be probably near a 126, 127 area, but again, guessing at the loss here at 35, this ball isn't going to come off as quick. Launching at 18.9, so it's not a bad area in terms of launch number, and spin averaging at 6.473. Maybe expecting a little bit more spin there because of that 35-degree loft, but that's by no means a bad number there. I'm quite happy with that spin number. I have no issues stopping a golf ball on the green, really, so that doesn't worry me too much there. Obviously, you've got that one there I've pulled. I went 12 yards left. That was the one I just pulled left of the side of the green. You can see, as obviously, when you close the face down, spin's going to drop that little bit more, so that's probably just pulled that average down a little bit there. Distance carry-wise, 171 as average there. So again, that little pulley overdraws just squeeze a bit more off. That one that maybe I didn't quite catch as solid there, 165's dropped off, but I've probably said the last two were pretty decent strikes there, and that's probably a number I maybe expect. So quite happy with that number. As I say, I'm not bothered on distance really for me. You know, 171 with 7-iron is more than ample. I'm liking the fact I've got loads of control on it. Launched in the right area, and you know, it's stopping pretty quick, to be fair. Those balls stop pretty quick for me, which I'm more than happy with. Right guys, so there we have it, FG V6 Tour iron. I mean, that is a lovely golf club. You know, Wilson may be a brand that, you know, you might not even sort of consider possibly. You know, you go out, you can see some bigger brands in terms of what you see on the TV, Sky, advertising, magazines pick up. You know, it's a lot of the big brands are all pay a lot of money in terms of advertising. Maybe Wilson just sits behind there, but a company that's been out for many years. As I say, it throws back from when I was in my teens. They made some beautiful looking golf clubs. You know, obviously Harrington plays. He won recently. I think V6 in his bag. You know, there's a few Wilson staff players out there, but I think definitely consider this if you're in that category. I say this sits in a lot with like AP2, maybe the Strixon Z765, and I will probably do some head-to-heads with these against those types of clubs, maybe Apex Pro in the Callaway, but I tell you what, that is as good as anything out there. You know, it feels fantastic, ticking a lot of big boxes here. The look is incredible for me, very classy I think from the back of it as you look at it, a little bit of tech with the tungsten there, which I like. It's a very good golf club, ticking a lot of boxes for me there, and I'm quite interested to maybe do some head-to-heads with my personal irons in the bag, which are Strixons. I've never know. These could be the new ones going in there. Let's wait and see. Might do a little video on that. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Comment down below. Give me your thoughts on these irons and what you sort of, if you've had a chance to hit them, you know what you actually feel and your sort of comments and feelings on it. Please hit that subscribe button, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.